State best to serve Cross River State in everything that he has. One-time Commissioner of Finance, Cross River State, one-time Permanent Secretary. He served various times special advisors, members of the board. So the dedicated servant of Cross River State, which he certainly was. I'm not called the Excellency Cross River State, so please carry on with the roll call.
Colonel Amboga, retired, former Lieutenant of Kwara State, distinguished Senator Victor Noleba, former state leader, distinguished Agbo, distinguished Senator Musa Adede, all other distinguished members. You are all welcome to the temporary council chambers of the State Council. In the life of every school, we meet often to take stock of our membership, because several generations of commissioners come and go, and the new ones who are in the saddle not often know the ones who have been there, who have served the state so diligently to the best of their ability. And so today is one of those days that we've come to take stock of our membership, to know those men and women who have served the state so dearly, and therefore to take stock of ourselves, to see those members of a school in the time past, how they are faring, where they are, and then to tell ourselves, to remind ourselves, that while we today best in the failure of our membership as members of the school, we should be reminded that where they are, how they are faring today, through toil and hardship, is definitely what we are going to experience tomorrow when we leave this hallowed chapel. Therefore, my role simply is to take a roll call of our membership, to take stock of those who are still here, and those who are no longer here, and those who are sick or those who are not sick. And after which, of course, we will know that our membership is either growing or dwindling. Excellency, permit me therefore to have a roll call of the members of the Executive Council, both past and present. If you hear your name, please stand up and indicate your presence. Senator Dr. Stephen Oli. Present. Dr. Lukata. Present. Tufa Anon. Present. Tufa Gabe Okrodi. Present. Miss Elizabeth Agbo Adede. Miss Elizabeth Agbo Adede. Miss Elizabeth Agbo Adede.
Your Excellency, Chairman of the Council, distinguished members of the Council, I regret to inform that Ms. Adede is no more.
Your Excellency, Right Honorable Peter Ode, therefore my place to tell you that in terms of the membership of the ESCO, both past and present, we get today delete the name of Miss Elizabeth Agbo Adede, whom from what we heard is no longer with us. Thank you very much.
And so, of Honorable Elizabeth Agbo Adede, former Commissioner, former President, rest in perfect peace. The Senate. I also add that we have Agbo PCO care. All very well recognized, even if I don't have the name here, you're all welcome to Crossriver State Expo. And then I go to the next item, which is oration in honor of late Elizabeth Agbo, outside those that are here before us. I'll start first by calling former leader of the Senate,
of the Cross River State Executive Council, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, thank you for this very solemn opportunity you have given to me to say a word or two about one of our own. For purposes of record, I think the oldest surviving commissioner from Cross River State is Chief Patrick Odu, who served as Commissioner for Trade under the government of Brigadier Eugene Eswele. And after him, Senator Kanu Agabi, who served as Commissioner for Finance under the government of Dr. Clement Song. I believe that by the grace of God I come next, having served not in terms of age, in terms of when I served, before you begin to mix the two. I served under the governments of Agbo #1, that is Navy Captain Adede. I served under Agbo #2, that is Colonel Dan Agbo, and I served under Navy Captain in Princeton. Miss Elizabeth Agbo Adede, who served as Commissioner for Finance, and today indeed still holds the honor till date of being the first female Commissioner for Finance. Served with zeal, served with passion, served with honesty. Ms. Adede belongs to a very rare club of those who were both political heads and administrative heads. She served as Commissioner and then again went back to the ranks where she rose to become permanent secretary. There are not very many in that category. The only one that I remember of her is the late Lawrence Etan Mage, who served first as Commissioner for Works and later Commissioner for Education, and also became a permanent secretary. So Ms. Adede belongs to that very, very rare class of those who were both political heads and administrative heads in one lifetime. She served diligently, and after leaving office, continued to avail the state, which she was very passionate of her knowledge, of her skills, and of her industry. Today, she is going the way of all flesh, because it said in the Bible that every flesh, every mortal must taste death. And like Shakespeare says, it will come when it must come. At the night of tributes yesterday, I started by asking a question: when is the best time to die? I will provide an answer to you, Excellency. The best time to die is when you die. Like the Holy Book says, there's a time for everything under the sea. The time to be born and the time to die. For our dear sister, Ms. Elizabeth Agbo, There was a time for her to be born. Now it is time for her to die. But for the family, led by my brother, my friends, Senator Musa Adede, I said, do not mourn like those who do not have hope. Because for those of us who are Christians, we believe in the resurrection. And we believe that when the resurrection comes, we all shall be united with our Lord Jesus. She's gone to a better place where there is no increase in power bill, there is no increase in the price of petrol, there is no worry about children's school fees. She is at peace with her Maker, whom she faithfully served while on this mortal plane. Heaven is home to angels. Miss Adede was an angel, and she has gone home to where angels belong. May she rest in perfect peace. You shared with us an anecdote, one of them, of your relationship with our dear sister and former colleague. It was about how she got you to count and confirm the sum of £1 million when there were no 1,000 naira notes. And that was a summary of the tribute I gave on the occasion, which was that Miss Elizabeth Adede was a stickler to the rules, especially financial rules, financial regulations. Let me go back a bit and say I am sure she will be proud of this very solemn occasion that is holding on her behalf. Like the acting governor has said, she served at one time as Commissioner for Finance and as at various times as Permanent Secretary. Now, under the government of Duke and Imoke, they made permanent secretaries equal members of the State Executive Council because, in fact, they are the chief accounting officers of the department. So at ESCO, they had a right of audience. I would just like to share one occasion where I was made to intervene between Ms. Adede and one of our political heads. Now, she was the wrong person to get to do things the wrong way, especially shortcuts. She will not be there for you. And once or twice, I had to broker between her and her political heads. I won't call where she sat so that you have an idea. Now, I called them to my office as secretary to government. And one particular thing about her was, outside of the office, I was open. But in the office, in government cycles, I was essence. She would never make the mistake of calling me open when we were dealing with governmental business. So I called them to my office and they laid their cases before me. Now I saw that and she was a forceful speaker and you can't get her to tone down her voice. Now I saw how the matter was headed. So I pretended I was using the restroom and I pretended I was speaking to one of my boys in the waiting room. But I spoke in our dialect. I said, sister, calm down your voice a little. And that infuriated her the more. Now when I got back, she made sure the commissioner heard what I had spoken to her. And she told me one thing, and it was It was very instructive. He said, look, that she must continue to stand up to these people. And that was what these people, because it was not a very pleasant word to use when you address your political head. Well, a political head that has more or less tried to compromise you, you can call any name at that point. So she told me that, look, why she must continue to stand up to these people is so that she can stand up for them. And I reflected on that. I said that was art. If your subordinates cannot confront you with their own side of the story or vision, if they cannot tell you, sir, this one is not very correct, look at it the other way. Then when the time comes for them to speak for you, they will not be there. They lay everything on your desk because that is the final bus stop. So she told me that, and she didn't know diplomacy. So I told her, okay, we will be conferring the following day. And when I sent her away, I now spoke to my colleague, you need to retrace your steps, because your permanent secretary appears to be on the right side of the regulations, and we were able to make peace. And that was who she was. It doesn't matter whether you were a brother, senior brother, younger brother, boss or not. She will tell you how she felt and then leave you to take the decision. So, Your Excellency, thank you. I had made the point yesterday that these gatherings are not a matter of cost. They are reserved for those who are fortunate. I think maybe it's providence or maybe it's the weight she carried. Because her life was about service. When she tried to get back to service after serving as commissioner, there were issues, there were hiccups. And I personally couldn't understand why after being commissioner, she wanted to go back to service and was even appealing, begging to be a director. She was prepared to even take something less. And I said, oh, sister, at the point you have reached, why would you even go through these hurdles that they are putting on your way? She screamed at me whether she applied to be a commissioner. So she wrote and asked to be a civil servant. And that's where she wants to be. She doesn't care where they are going to take her. And she took the job and rose through the rank back to the position of presidency. I think there can be no better life that is defined by the urge, the passion to serve, than the person who can put themselves through that situation. So that was her sister, that was our sister, that was our colleague. And I'm sure those who serve with her, they can bear testimony to some of the things that have been said about her today. Your Excellency, thank you for this opportunity. God bless you.
Thank you very much.
And the time family release for Minister people to speak about this past. I like talking about her in the present because what she left behind is what we all need. From everything that has been said about this, I believe it's a challenge to all of us in government. A challenge. I believe if everybody in government, at state level, federal level, were to be like this, Nigeria would definitely have been a better place. Even now, if we can change our ways and be like this, Nigeria will still be better. These Adede, rest in peace. They are not dead. We know what to live with us. We left so much behind that we can never forget. They are soon rest in peace.
land. If you go to the governor's lodge and look out the governor's lodge, what you see before you is the Cross River. Cross River is where the Bantus, the whole movement, organized civilization, is from Cross River and Cameroon that the Bantus. Who told me this? The Prime Minister of during South Africa, when he heard I was from Cross River, he said, Cross River, Nigeria? I said, yes. He said, in Zulu, in their folk, they sing about Cross River. But this is where they came from. There's been cross movement from the Nile. People moved. Who were the earlier movers? Yorubas were later's arrival. We moved, we came from the ancient Egypt. The Zulus are our people. They were all looking for palms. Palm plantation is the greatest gift of God. So people were looking. So that's why they left the desert and they came here. So what am I saying? The British recognized how Cross-River was. Calabar is from the word Calabari. It was New Calabar, New Calabari. So Calabar is a great place, and no wonder the service we just came from. During the European Mass, the singing was so moving that I knew that this is a blessed land. And we are grateful to have this blessed land. I appeal to you young men and women that let's make our state great because we really. Thank you. For my dear sister Liz, what has been said about her was reflected because she's so much in high spirit that in the church I could feel her presence and I still feel her presence. May God continue, and she's already in heaven. May her soul rest in peace. Amen.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, well, it is nostalgic to be in an executive council chamber because that used to be my forte. I have a synergy with the acting governor and his commissioners because of the told this before. Now, service is what we are here to talk. Our late sister, she served, and she served very well. There is always one thing that people don't understand. When you are a brilliant person, there is always a streak of rebellion in that person. Because you know so much, and sometimes you are kowtowing to mediocres. There is miles apart between a policy maker who is brilliant and either a boss who is having a low paid degree or an subordinate that is less. Usually, those who are brilliant and diligent, they stand their ground. They profile, they study, they investigate, they try to advance new theories and possibilities. And when they stand their guard, the senior people don't seem to understand, so you'll be targeted as an enemy. I have passed through this route before, so I knew how my sister has endured. It is because of her dedication to service that when she left as commissioner, she still found that, well, this energy has not finished. The energy for the development of the people and nuances of the Great Cross River State has not abated. So she decided to take a lower position just to demonstrate the fact that the fervor for service is still in her. And that is why not too many people can condescend to do that. Unless you are dedicated, you are honest, you are supercilious in trying to serve your people, and you have humanity in you. That is easy Adede. She was dedicated, she was resilient, she was honest, but she was also rebellious for good. May her her soul rest in peace. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, and I release Adede's sister to say a word. We would like to call Monica Adede to say a few words.
A lady of substance, a mother, that then had the name Monica. She was there for us. She has been there for all the children. She did so much that I cannot forget her in the Lord. And we thank God and bestow the rest in peace. Throughout her service in the States, she was so incredible that I could remember her serving as a commissioner. I was with her as a little girl because she owned me. And she helped someone to pay some money they were owing for years that they could not pay. And when he received the money, he brought some money and some wrappers to give to her. But she laughed and told them that she cannot collect anything. And she, because they pressurized her, so they let me take one of the wrappers. And that was her. I keep saying, God, how can I fit into her shoes? She was something that was prayerful, strong, agile, and I just hope she will continue to rest in the bosom of the Lord with her parents and all her relatives that have come to.
And other sympathizers. I just want to give a brief summary of my tribute last night. And I want to follow from what our elders said earlier about the historical migration of the Yorubas following the Alba people. Maybe it is within that spirit of coexistence and tracking that made Senator Musa Adede to go to Uganda to be a wife. And I also reciprocated. If I will use Idi Amin's word, I retaliated by coming to Alaba cross-country to begin or to date. I never, in spite of the long relationship between me and Senator Adede, I never met the sister, but I was constantly told about her. The way he used to talk about her proved to me that we were actually two in one, possibly except for the very inseparable. But as God wills it, they have been separated in body, certainly not in spirit. If I don't know her, and the way what I have heard since I arrived here about her from her colleagues, or those who have intervened with her in her lifetime, and all the comments from the brother, I believe they were really close. And from there, like I said yesterday, I can make some inferences that the woman must have been very, judging from what I know about the brother intimately, the woman must have been very hardworking, diligent, honest, and very, very compassionate. That is what I know about the person. And I feel this is a reflection on the woman too, and this sister. The only thing I don't know is that whether he was ever as hard as Senator Musa, positively hard. And if that had indication, I would name her, title her
soul rest in peace. Thank you.
Oration for Elizabeth Agbo Adede, member of the Cross River State Executive Council, January 1994 to July 1995. Born in Kaduna, then the capital of the northern region of Nigeria in 1956, Elizabeth's parents hailed from Obanle, then in Ogoja province of colonial Nigeria. Elizabeth Adede attended the famous Holy Child Secondary School Igodi, Ogoja, and passed out in 1976. She then proceeded to the University of Calabar, where she earned a BA degree in French. She later obtained MBA from the same university, 12 years after bagging her first degree.
Your Excellency, Chairman of the Council, Ms. Adede was a French language teacher for over 10 years, working majorly at the French Center, then operated by the State Ministry of Education of Agbo, Calabar, as well as at the Holy Child Secondary School, Calabar. It was from the classroom that Ms. Adede was named Commissioner for Finance in January 1994 by the then newly appointed military administrator, Group Captain Ibrahim Kefas. Commissioner Elizabeth Adede served in this council with favor, displaying strong character and duty to the admiration of those who sought excellence and integrity in public service. For those who regard high office as a sleaze bazaar, Commissioner Adede was loath as she suffered no fools.
Ms. Adede transferred from the teaching cadre to the mainstream cadre and served in several MBAs and Director of Administration. In February 2011, Ms. Adede was elevated to the rank of Permanent Secretary by Governor Imoki. She served in the Ministry of Youth and Sport, Chieftaincy Affairs Department, and finally in the Department of Public Transportation. As Permanent Secretary, the fear of Ms. Adede was the beginning of wisdom for personnel in the establishment of the state. She was a stern disciplinarian and workaholic who applied the rules firmly and fairly to the high and the low. Sometimes her parties found her strong adherence to public service rules to be an affront to other exalted offices.
This is a summary of what we are here today. 2016, the Permanent Secretary retired from the service of the Cross River State Government after attaining the right age then of 60 years. She left a legacy of discipline, courage, and devotion. It is however to the glory of God that we have given to give her no farewell at just the age of 69 years, when she still had much to offer humanity and her destiny. We thank God for her life, which inspired many of her agenda and her own profession. Elevation to this in the chambers while a classroom teacher remains the watershed. In fact, it was a moment in the state teaching service I can never be forgotten. Farewell, our colleague, our commissioner. God keep you to this again.
Elizabeth Adede, Senator Musa Adede,
for giving us an opportunity
bring one of your own who served in this chamber some years back to be honored in this chamber. I thank all of you. Thank you, Excellency. I have heard so many things said about my sister. The two of us are inseparable, and what you think about her is the same thing that I am. I don't take nonsense from anybody. I do the right things, and that is how we were brought up by our father, who was in the military. And because I spent most of my time in NGA and thereafter with so many officers, including my beloved Deputy Governor's late father, Major Douglas Cody, a very fine ST officer of regular 14 course in NGA. Yes, Cornelia, I'm telling you, I'm Bolivia knows as well. So, we come from a military background, and so you have to forgive us sometimes when we behave like military men. A lot has been said. I've heard comments by Tony about our state. I want to say one of my experiences when I came back from the north, and I happened to be in Merino. I lost 1 year because of the war. I was very friendly with the military. Very, very until tomorrow I remain part of the military. Until the military blood wants me. I was with Colonel A. Gora, who was the then brigade commander of the military. Brigadier Magoro was brigade major. General Weha was a second lieutenant, and Samaila Yomi, Steve Yomi, was a second lieutenant. And the one visited across southeastern state as then was like an official after the Agbo. The one insisted he wanted to go to the northern part of Nigeria, especially Gaken, where the federal forces started liberating land and Nigerian soil. But he was told that the road from here to Abuja was extremely bad. For those of you who were young, they want to remember, to go from here to Abuja will take you days, not hours. You will go by road and by pontoon, and then go through Abakaliki sometimes. So he was impressed not to go by road because the road was tedious. And Colonel Gora said, Your Excellency, you will have to go by road to see what the people of Cross River State go through and to see what the federal forces go through. It took me time to come here. So the idea of going by helicopter was aborted. And we came by road. His coming became a blessing. I believe Ndomaiba knows this story. The Calabar Goja road that was first awarded the commission was that of Nigeria. Why am I reading this out today? We have suffered in Cross River State for so long. This is the only state that from the state capital to the Valedictory Mountains where I come from is close to 500 kilometers. There's no other state, Excellency, that has this expansion.
And yet, we don't seem to see any federal presence. The last time I remember vividly was when we were in the Senate in 1999. Senator Wu and myself agreed to come together, close ranks, and speak with the Appropriations Committee to refurbish Calabar Agbo. That road has been called behind. I know the state government has tried, but this is a federal road. And there are so many federal presence here in this president. I hope that our legislators in Abuja will do the needful and speak with our members here, government here. It's very, very sad that things have remained bad and the resources are huge. I know what His Excellency Governor Chu and Acting Governor inherited. Some of us were in the background fighting. I got SA and back to go to court to stop assets being sold out. Cali Air was already given out. I stopped it. And I'm proud I did. And I'll do it over and over again. The state belongs to every one of us. We're all here as servants to the people. And we must serve them. Our duty is to make sure we leave Prosper State better than we found it. Your Excellency, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the speech yesterday and for all the support you have given to me and my family. We remain grateful. My sister is in heaven. She would have done the same for any one of you. That's who my sister is. God bless you all. Thank you.
Because it's someone I have known growing up. Is that one uncle that when he's coming to the house, he'll be asking the day he will be leaving. Because from the first compound on the street, to any neighbor that around the know that there is someone that entered that house. So I'll first make my comment first. As deputy governor, standing up for the governor. As possible as state government, I'm going to miss dearly. None of us who have departed this world to go and wait for us at the other end. Because if you're a Christian, you believe that one day death will come. If you're a Muslim, you also know that one day death will come. And I said, John Michael said, the legendary William Shakespeare also said that death is a necessary end. It will come when it will come. Sadly, it has come for our sister. Misa, we respect her service to Cross River State. We respect the time she served as commissioner. And we respect the time she served as president. In fact, yesterday I have seen permanent secretaries started sending requests to me that they want to be attending ESCO because she was attending ESCO. Then they declare it here, right here and now. At that time, commissioners were maybe 9 or 8. So permanent secretaries were attending ESCO. But now we have 31 commissioners. We have about 49 ESCO members, about 49 permanent secretaries. So I think the ESCO is very well constituted. If we need your advice at any time in ESCO, we invite you to come and give us advice. On a personal note, I have known the late Elizabeth Adede for a very long time. I shared part of the story yesterday. I don't want to repeat all of it. Then if you know her, you know she's a woman with passion. She's a woman that is strict. someone that one thing is done and done immediately. I can't remember how many times she has called me, even at deputy governor, or something like, the refuse in front of my house has not been evacuated. She was so angry about that refuse in front of her house. Can you tell them to come and remove this tank if they are not going to keep it clean? We miss all of that. We miss the time she called us privately and openly to advise us about government. She was a good woman. She's a woman that feared us. She's a woman that would not miss church for anything else. She was dedicated and public servant of Cross River State. Our ESCO members will come together and look for a way of which we are going to immortalize this great servant of Cross River State. And at some point I will assign some members of ESCO to accompany the family to Valedictory for the burial. At this point, all I can say on behalf of the government of Cross River State, the family, is a please take heart. The rest assured, their sister is with the Lord. The rest assured, the former commissioner, the rest in peace be in heaven. The rest assured, the former permanent secretary, when I time on earth, they can speak to God. And she should come over. They have yes, rest in perfect peace.